Is this better? I just cannot hear either of you.
Because we're muted.
There you go.
Because I put the countdown timer up so that you had some time.
Thank you.
We can go ahead and start. Even though the timer says there's 1 minute and 36 seconds left, that's okay.
Sure.
That
We're
works.
here.
Hello.
Good morning. Technology
Good morning.
is fun.
Yeah.
Well, hello, everybody. We are back for interview number 3 on this beautiful Giving Tuesday now. My name is Megan Roble with the Greater Salina Community Foundation, joined by my colleague, Chris LaHecca. I think he's down below me. Yes?
Yes.
Hi, Chris. And we are here with Lori Blake from Child Advocacy and Parenting Services, also known as CAPS here in Salina. Good morning, Lori.
Good morning. How are you today?
Great, I
Good.
think. Minus a few technological hiccups that we're having, but thank you for your patience. We're learning on the fly, which is the best way to learn, I think. So, Chris, we're going to hand it over to you to pick Lori's brain about things that have been going on over at CAPS.
Awesome. Yes. Good morning again, Lori, and thanks for being patient with me through my audio struggles.
Sure, no problem.
Well, I'd like to hear kind of a quick breakdown of how things are going for you guys through everything, how you guys have kind of helped transition, in the past couple months, maybe what changes you guys have made. I know one thing specific that you and I talked about that really raised my eyebrows was your Restlet program, your Restlet care program that was pretty significant, that was taking a hit.
Yeah, so on March 18th, we closed services to the public, face-to-face services. We provide 8 different services in our community, and the respite care, I think, is the one probably that's had the biggest impact on families because they haven't had a break from the stresses of parenting. And our respite care does that every day, generally, when we're open. It gives parents a 3-hour break from kiddos under the age of 5. It's a free child care session in a learning environment for their toddler or preschooler. And then parents just have a chance to go do whatever they need to do. Go to the doctor, schedule a haircut, those normal activities that maybe aren't conducive to having a child present with them. So that's probably been the area most impacted, because everything else that we do, we have been able to adapt and figure out a way to do it electronically through Zoom or FaceTime or telephone calls or porch. So our family mentoring program and parenting education, all of those things have been able to continue. Forensic interviews with victims of child abuse have been taking place normally at Chris's Place Child Advocacy Center. Our CASA volunteers have continued to reach out to children in the foster care system. So those are the adaptations that we've made. We've all been working from home, and thankfully we had the technology previously already in place so that was kind of a seamless transition for us.
Wow. As far as the Restlet program, how do you, I guess, anticipate, what does the future look like for that program?
So even though we're a licensed child care center, we were unable to maintain operations because the health department's directives were that it needed to be a stable group of 10 children attending the same environment every day. And so we're licensed for 10 children, but we have a different group of 10 children rotating in every single day. So I just reached out to some families yesterday to let them know our intention is by June 15th that we have that back up and running. We won't actually proceed with that until we're into the groups of 90 phase of this coming out of sheltering at home.
Okay. Amazing. Well, thank you for doing all that.
Yeah.
You also mentioned, Lori, last time we spoke about setting up some Zoom meetings with families just as a kind of a courtesy touch, read books, do crafts with families. Have you guys been able to accomplish some of that?
Yeah, so our preschool teachers in the respite care have been doing that every week with the families. And I think they really appreciate that, just to have a different face, gives the kids something to look forward to. They really miss seeing their friends at childcare. And so to be on a call and see them on a screen together has been really neat. Nicole, our child care services director, looks forward to that time every week. And I know that the parents appreciate it as well.
Awesome. So moving forward, I guess the challenges and as things start to phase in a different direction, what challenges do you see ahead for you guys and everything you guys do?
I think just the overcoming that fear of being in face-to-face contact with people, not knowing what everybody's circumstances are, not knowing what that looks like. I think so. The unknown, just like many things in life, tend to be our greatest fear. And we have a great plan in place to ease back in. We'll have staff returning to the office on May 18th, as long as the governor's order stands. And then hope to be able to start providing face-to-face one-on-one meetings with families on June the 1st. Any of our group activities, again, we will wait until we're in the phase where 90 or more people can gather together. But we offered our first Zoom webinar for parenting classes. It started last night. We had 2 different classes being offered. We had 10 participants register for one and 5 for another. So we feel like that's a win for something that's really out of the box when parents are maybe feeling a lot of stress already, to think about trying to learn and become better parents through that webinar kind of platform. So if families see this and they want to participate, that's something that's available, and you could do that next Monday night.
Wow. And so Lori, that's perfect.
Yeah.
They access that through our Facebook page. There is a registration form. There's a Google form that they can fill out to sign up. They can still call the office. We are manning that telephone number. It's 785-825-4493. So if that's something you're interested in, give us a shout. Or you can always email us. And that information is on our website, capsofsalina.org.
There's the website address. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, very cool. And that actually walks into the next question, which you answered already a little bit. But what are some positives that you've grabbed from everything going on? And it sounds like maybe, do you think that video, the Zoom opportunity that you just mentioned, might be something you guys stick with moving forward as an option for families?
I think it's been something that we've been in communication about over the last 5 years, and trying to figure out how we reach a generation of families that are overscheduled and overcommitted. And so this last 2 months has been a blessing in that regard, that we can all kind of reset and look at what's a priority in our own lives. I have a 14, 16, and almost 18-year-old in my house, and my 14-year-old did not remember what it was like to eat dinner around the table every single night because of his siblings' lives. We did that when he was very young, but he doesn't remember it because his life has always been about going to extracurricular activities and spending time in the bleachers, watching his brother and sister play sports, or him participating himself. So it's been really refreshing, I think, to step back and look at those, I guess, more simple things in life that we all enjoy, and figure out what it is we really miss as we re-enter that as families, to be able to choose those things, I guess. We are concerned at CAPS about, say that again, Megan.
I was just gonna say that's fascinating. We just chatted with the rescue mission, and he said the same thing. This has been a time of challenge, but it's been a time that everybody sort of reset their priorities and figured out what's really important again, which is kind of cool in a weird way.
Yeah, it is really cool. I have a senior in high school that's obviously missing out on the last semester or the last 9 weeks with her friends, and that's been a challenge. But I feel so blessed to have had this time to be home with her and just making different memories than what we would have been able to do otherwise. So I'm a glass half full girl. I'm always going to try to find the positive in things. So that's really been a blessing. CAPS, though, is really concerned about what's taking place in homes that don't have functioning families. And what's taking place where parents maybe don't feel supported or they don't know how to access services and ask for help when they may need it. So, we hope that the number of reports that we end up dealing with after we all come out of this together don't increase, but we anticipate that there may be a flooding of need for in-home parenting education, which is our family mentoring program, that there may be a flooding of interviews for children who disclose that they experienced some kind of abuse. The reality is that our school systems and our childcare settings are our safety nets for our kids. And when they don't have access to people outside of their homes, that greatly limits their lives, that may see indicators that not everything is going 100% within their homes.
Wow. I guess with that, Lori, you mentioned kind of a need there. What are some things that the community can do, people in the community can do right now and kind of moving forward in the future to help you guys out and give back?
I think just be watchful of your neighbors. And watch for kids out playing in the yard. Hopefully you're seeing that. If that's not taking place and you know that children are next door, give your neighbor a call and say, is everything going okay? Do you need a break? Something like that. We can all still maintain social distancing and support each other in this extraordinary time. So that's the biggest thing I think with even normal times, is parenting is the hardest job anyone will ever have. And you don't know what you need to have until it happens. Sometimes kids don't come with instruction books. So we're all in this together as a community. And, the old saying that it takes a village to raise a child is a truthful thing. So I just think the eyes and ears of our communities and being advocates for children fall on each one of our shoulders.
And that's a great point. And you kind of, what you said was really important, that we are all advocates for the children and to help each other out, that sometimes you don't necessarily know what's right next to you or in front of you. So taking the extra second to pay just a little more intentional, specific attention to what's going on around you can help make the difference if you're really paying attention to what's going on. It's kind of what I'm grabbing that you said.
Absolutely. And if you have question ever about concerns that you may have, we have a great staff of social workers and teachers and educators that are available to talk really 24/7. So if you have a question, you can reach out to us through our Facebook page. You can call us at the office. You can email us through the website. We try to make things very, very accessible for people. We did create a YouTube channel about 4 years ago and had a bunch of videos created, about 3 to 5 minute little clips about just common issues that take place in parenting. And so that's been another bright spot, is Salina Media picked those up and they've started to broadcast those on their YouTube channel as well. So we've been sharing that information out, just different ideas to help parents make good choices with their kids and recognize it's okay to take a break and ask for help when they're feeling stressed.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I love hearing about the collaborations too among the different organizations in town. I think that is something that makes this community really special and unique. So thanks for sharing that. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
So will you remind us one more time, what can we do to make sure we as a community are supporting CAPS as an organization? I know CAPS has been around a long time. We always talk about this. My mom used to work there a long time ago, and when you pulled off phone number, it's still up there. Like 20 years later, I still remember that phone number.
So that phone number actually has been in existence since 1978.
It's amazing.
Grassroots effort. It was a hotline that the community called. We weren't even CAPS then, but we've had that same phone number since 1978. So I think that's pretty cool.
Well, what can the community do to make sure that 825-4493?
There you go.
Your phone number for many years to come.
Well, obviously, we need your financial support. We've been blessed that the grants that fund a majority of our work have remained in place and that we've been able to maintain our staff through all of this. About 40% of our budget, though, comes from community contributions. And so being able to maintain those gifts throughout the year is really critical. And we know that a lot of people are going through a hard time economically, but when I look at who gives to us, they're not huge gifts. Our average donor gives about $100, and that gift goes so far. We have I mean, literally hundreds of people that give $25 to $100. So it doesn't have to be a large gift. Every little bit helps. And again, it's that community coming together to support the effort that keeps CAPS alive.
Awesome. We love it. Well, as you can see on the screen, we've got the CAPS website, capsofsalina.org. And I believe you guys have online giving as an option there, and other ways that people can give back and get involved. So everybody head over to the CAPS website to support this great work in our community. Lori, thank you so much. I think you have made some excellent points about this time of stress, and it's extra hard on parents. And so giving them some great resources and encouraging neighbors to lend a hand and look out for the kiddos in the community. That's just what we all need to be aware of. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. We appreciate the Community Foundation for coming together and recognizing that each different nonprofit has different needs. And when Chris and I talked earlier, there are a lot of organizations whose demands have greatly increased, and they don't have the same kind of financial resources that we do. So if you're having to choose between organizations to give to, I think really look at those organizations that are meeting the basic needs of food and shelter and clothing, because those are the kinds of things that I think we're going to greatly see a demand for as we all do this with people who've been experiencing unemployment specifically.
Yes, very good. Well, thank you so much, Lori. We are about out of time because our next interview starts at 10:30. Our day is just flying by. I can't believe it. It's been fun. So we hope you have a great day. Thanks for joining us, and take care, Miss Lori. Great
All right,
to see you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lori. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, we'll be back very soon with our next guest, which features Misty Serene. I had to look it up. Misty Serene from the Salina Art Center. So stay tuned. We'll be right back here at 10:30 to learn more about what's going on at the Art Center. Thanks for joining us.